Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Alright, this is something that I think would be able to benefit the newer players. So since the last time when Brown Dust was Brown Dust and they changed name to Brave 9, they've also revamped the Mystic Island shop a little bit. So the items there has changed slightly. So we will be talking about the trading post right here in the Mystic Island today. So keep in mind, this is just a rough guideline. Obviously, what you're gonna need, what you're gonna buy, what you should be buying as a new player, etc. And of course, every single day, the item resets. So occasionally, it's gonna change slightly different. So I believe the Mystic Island will reset in about 5 minutes time. So therefore, this is a good chance, good opportunity to show you guys what you should be buying. Alright, first things first. Ideally, when you are buying the items here, you have to consider the amount of dust needed and also which items are actually beneficial to most players. So most of the time, the first slot at the most left right here where the emerald slime is, this can sometimes be rank up stars, can sometimes be premium scrolls, I believe. Ideally, these are worth it and they are the cheapest of all. They usually cost like less than 100 dust, sometimes slightly above 100, but so usually this particular slot, the first slot, I would say whatever is there is worth buying. Alright, so far, based on my experience, I've seen slimes, premium scrolls, and rank up stars. I might be missing something here because it changes every single day. I can't recollect seeing anything else, but most of the time, it will rotate between those three. And ideally, yes, they are worth it. Alright, second. On the second slot, right now, today we have upgrade potions. So upgrade potions, this is not worth it. Alright, so you might think that, okay, this could be used. You can try to enhance your rune. These things, based on my own personal experience, they don't really work that well. They just increase your chance of enhancing your runes chances slightly. Alright, it doesn't like guarantees it or anything like that. So usually, these are a waste of dust. Like they only give 2, like come on. Ideally, when you want to use these upgrade potions to try to enchant your rune, you are going to need like 20 to 50 of them. Like 2 is not going to make much of a difference. In fact, you probably will not be able to enchant your rune at all. So do not buy this. This is a waste. Alright, in my opinion, it's just a waste. Save your mystic dust for something better. We have plenty of items on the right. Okay, so there will be an occasion where you will get rune bits occasionally on the second slot of the trading post. Okay, so if you do get rune bits, these are worth buying. And there will be a variety of different ones. I believe I've seen epic rune bits before. I've seen legend as well. So make sure you buy them. In my opinion, I think the epic rune bits are actually worth. They would have the higher priority compared to the legend rune bits. Alright, so because with legend runes is you need Legend Plus, right? So ideally with Legend Plus, it's going to be way harder to obtain. Epic Plus, you might have plenty. So chances are that you are going to refine and change your substats more often. With Epic Runes are going to make much more sense. So therefore, every time I see Epic Rune bits, I'll straight away buy them. But for Legend Rune bits, I'm going to, like, it's going to depend, right? They are way more expensive, so you have to sort of be calculative as well. And depending on how much Legend Plus runes you have, like for me personally, I have plenty of Legend runes, but Legend Plus, not much. I think I only have like 1 or 2. So yeah, you have to weigh your decision based on how many Legend Plus runes you have. Make sure, don't just buy when you see Legend Plus just because it's Legend Plus, you know. You have to consider that as well, or else you'll be wasting your dust. Alright, so 4-star gift selection ticket. Now, this one I would not recommend buying at all. Alright, so whether you are new or you are a veteran player, don't buy this. It's just a waste of time. So yes, it's going to give you a gift that you can select from, but if you dismantle your companions often, in fact, I'm going to show it right here. We can go to the feed system, we can go to companions. Alright, so dismantle. Look at this. If I dismantle any of my 3 stars, for example, Lawrence right here. If I do this, dismantle, you get plenty of 4-star gifts right here, easily. So what you should be doing, if you need 4-star companions from the fate system, you should be doing this, dismantle your companions, alright, and then whichever gifts that you don't need, you go and exchange them for what you actually need. So just go to the fate right here, and then just go to gift exchange. So let's say you don't want Siona. You don't want Siona, so just exchange for whatever else that you actually want. Alright, so you can use this method instead. I feel like this is a much better and more efficient method than to purchase the selection gift ticket right here. Unless the only exception that you should be buying this is when you are extremely close to getting the particular companion for the Fate system. And if that's going to change your Novice Arena rankings or whatever. But other than that, do not waste your Mystic Dust. Look at that, 5,600 dust. Like, imagine you buy this every single day. Imagine, right? So that is expensive, man. Like, this is not worth buying at all. It's not worth buying at all. Alright, so next up, Horseshoes. This is the one that you should be buying every single freaking time. Alright, do not miss out on Horseshoe. So buy it, do not use it, stock it up in your inventory, wait for weekends, event dungeon, farm your gold. Alright, farm gold all the way. So that's what you should be doing. Whether you are new or old to the game, you should be doing that. Alright, so buy the Horseshoe every single time. This is extremely cheap. Horseshoes, if you are new, you're gonna be flooded with plenty of them. I understand that. Alright, completely understand that. But once you start getting further and you start farming runes, you start farming gold, you notice that they deplete pretty quickly. So yeah, ideally you want to stack them up every single day. You should be buying this. Alright, do not miss out on Horseshoe. 4-star skill book. Now this one is gonna depend on whether you need to skill up your units or not. I feel like for newer players, sometimes you might need to buy this. For example, recently I needed a Joseph +9 for my Underground Evil Castle. So in that case, I needed to skill him up fast. I went and buy one of these. But in most cases, most scenario, no, you should not be buying the 4-star skill book. Alright, so the pieces can be worth it as well, depending if you are very close to getting a 4-star skill book, just buy it. But other than that, this is not something that you should be buying every single time. Like, this is like maybe your second or your third priority compared to Horseshoes. Horseshoes should always be the first thing you purchase. This one should be, I would say, third priority, because this 5-star skill book right here, this should be your main priority. These two right here, they are much more important. I wouldn't recommend buying those. Alright, let me buy this before the time ends. It says remaining time less than 1 minute. I'm very nervous. Okay, so in my opinion, I do not think that you should be buying them. Alright, the reason why is because most of the time when you do pulls, you're gonna have plenty of 3 stars. Alright, you're gonna have plenty of 3 stars easily obtainable. It's very easy to obtain 3 stars. Like, you get one free pull every single day, right? So with that one free pull that you get every single day, oh, the Mystic Island just refreshed. You guys saw it? Complete instant refresh. Alright, so same thing, I still stand by. The first slot and the second, okay. Now this is, okay, we're gonna talk about that later, the Rune Essence. But what was I trying to make a point of? Oh yeah, this thing right here. Alright, since it resets, let's go. Okay, 300,000 gold, whatever. Chill on, nobody cares. So this thing right here, you are getting a free pull every single day. Every single day. So just do a free pull, kablam. 3 star. So what you do with your 3 star, you skill them up. You go ahead, skill them up, do whatever you need. For example, this Wiggle right here. Alright, skill up, boom. Alright, just do skill up, do like that, easy. Alright, so once you have that, go combine. Always do this, combine whatever that you don't want. Spare unit, Elaine, Velona, boom, now you get a 4 star. So you should be trying to obtain your 4 stars via this method. I wouldn't recommend buying the skill books from the Mystic Island right here, because if you buy this every 7 days, imagine if you buy this 25,000 every 7 days, you won't have enough for this Mystic Island 5-star skill book. Like, even if you pillage every single day, you won't have enough. Alright, so you shouldn't buy the 4-star skill book, with certain exceptions, of course. If you're close to like just one skill level away that you can make a strong needed unit for a particular game mode, sure. But in most cases, if you need 4-star skill books, you should be buying them from the Honor Point shop, because right here in Honor Points in Arena shop right here, it's much faster for you to obtain Honor Points. You can just, like, it doesn't matter what ranks you're on, right? Just leave your device on for Arena, Novice Arena, and just run them through every single day. And Honor Points are easily farmable. Whereas Mystic Dust, yes, you can pillage and stuff, but then again, you won't be able to stack them up as fast as you can with honor points. So if you need 4-star skill books, this is where you should be buying it, not from the Mystic Island shop, alright? So just to clarify that for those of you who are new. Okay, so next up, the 5-star skill book piece. Now, this is something that you should be buying every single month. Alright, this 5-star skill book right here is only available once a month. Make sure you buy this. This is your highest priority. The most important thing that you should be buying. Buy this freaking 5-star skill book every single day. This is something that you should not miss at all. Alright, so this is something that is very useful. Now, if you are new to the game, you probably will not have enough Mystic Dust to purchase everything else. And I get it. If you are new, that's gonna happen, right? For all new players, you might not understand how this dust system works. You might not know how to pillage other people. But ideally, your priority should be a 5-star skill book. If you can't purchase everything else, you don't feel so bad about it. If you go and buy this 4-star skill book and you miss out on not buying the 5-star skill book, then you should feel bad for yourself, alright? Other than that, if you can buy the 5-star skill book, don't care about everything else, this is the top priority, alright? So you should be buying this every single time, every single month when it's available. So ideally, if you do your dailies every single day, if you pillage 5 times every single day, and you actually go here and put your troops here, you know, every single day as well, you should be able to get all of those things that I mentioned easily. And every Thursday as well, there will be like a special quest for Mystic Island. Make sure you pillage 3 times a day. Even if it's not a Thursday, you should always be pillaging 5 times a day. Alright, try to get as much dust as you can, because or else you'll be missing out a lot. Alright, so it's just right now, the new feature allows you to buy a lot of things. Now, this is where it gets tricky. So they added this 5-star skill transfer ticket. I haven't talked about this yet because I want to save this for the last one. Should you be buying this? Ideally, like I mentioned, 5-star skill books should always be your priority. The ticket should be, I would say the ticket should be your second or your third priority, but this is going to be dependent on whether or not you need it. At some scenarios, in certain cases, if you are new, you won't have spare units to transfer your skill away. So that's more likely than true. So most of the time, if you are new to the game, you might have 1 unit at +1, 1 unit at +3. So you want to be skilling them up. 5-star skill book is the way to go. So this one is more for veteran players, people who have been playing the game for a while and have plenty of units stocked up. Some of them are just rotting in the inventory. For example, let's say you're like me. I have a +1 Rogan, right? So +1 Rogan, I got spare Rogans. So I don't want him. I don't want a Rogan. Rogan sucks. Just for example, right? Don't be offended, Rogan lovers out there. Go to transfer, find for Rogan. Rogan, where are you? Rogan, boom. Alright, transfer to Barbara. There, you can use this skill transfer, obviously. But I do not own any skill transfer ticket. You can also use diamonds. As you guys can see, 1,000 diamonds for skill transfer, and it's 3 times per month. Whereas when you come here, 50,000 Mystic Dust. So it's actually very, very cheap here. You should not ever use your diamonds for skill transfer. With the existence of this thing right here, you should never ever have the need to use those diamonds that you have for a skill transfer, like period. So if you ever need a skill transfer ticket, come here and buy this. Alright, this one shouldn't be your priority. And in fact, this thing should not be purchased every single month as well. If you buy this every single month alongside with the 5-star skill book, you will not have enough. Like, you're gonna like deplete your dust so quickly. In fact, maybe you can buy this once every 2 months, I feel like. But I don't think you will have enough to be buying this every single month, unless you are willing to miss out on some of these like horseshoes and the rest. But like those are extremely important as well. So I would say this is something that you should only buy if you really need it. If you have like spare units that you want to transfer your skills away and you don't want to be using your 1,000 diamonds, which you shouldn't if you have this option right here, yes, this is the way to go, ideally. Boom, let me buy that. So again, the 5-star skill book piece is something that is kind of dependent on whether or not you really need them. Alright, I feel like 5-star skill book pieces, I would say the value is almost equal to the 5-star skill book, and it's something that you should be buying every single day. But some players might disagree with this because 5-star skill books are quite common nowadays compared to last time, but I still believe that it's something that you should be buying every single day, because right now with the inclusion of we have Underground Evil Castle, right, and we have the new world bosses, there are plenty of other units that you need to be skilling up, not just your PvP units. Like, that's not the case anymore. Like, before this, you can just focus on a few units and build them and use them in all the various game modes. But with the current content that we have in Brave 9, I feel like you can never have too many 5-star skill books. So that's just my opinion. I do think that this is something that you should buy. For me, I would say this is equally as important as the 5-star skill book, the pieces itself, because if you do buy it every single day and over the course of 2 months, sometimes they will give you the event as well. So right now, we have this 5-star Shining Skill Book event where if you do dailies, you'll be getting some pieces along the way. So that 10 pieces that you are buying every day complements with this particular thing. So you are speeding up your completion of your 5-star skill book over the 750 pieces. I feel like it will give you a good head start to be able to build your units wisely. So make sure to purchase those. A lot of players keep asking me, how do I get so many 5-star skill books? How do I get, how many do I have? I have about 9 right here. And I believe I have some in my inventory as well. Yeah, I have about 6 right here. So these are extremely useful in case you need to just rush in a new unit. For example, let's say tomorrow a new unit is released. I can just +9 that particular unit if it's going to be beneficial to me. So it's something that you always need to have spare. Again, there's no such thing as having too many skill books. Like, especially for 5-star skill books, it's very important. Alright, so having those will save you a ton of time. Remember, a lot of players are going to tell you that, oh, 5-star skill books we have unlimited 5-star skill books every month, they give you plenty. Those players who say those things, most likely, they only play PvP, they only play Arena. They don't have good score in World Boss, they probably not even trying to play their Underground Evil Castle. So there are plenty of contents in this game. Alright, you need to skill up various other units as well, besides your PvP team. That's something that you always have to keep in mind. Okay, so before we sum things up, again, like I mentioned, priority, 5-star skill book. 5-star skill book pieces, second priority. And Horseshoe, I believe is the third one. And this is also the third one, rank up star. Always buy rank up stars. I feel like rank up stars would have a much higher priority compared to slimes. Now the second slot is gonna depend. Alright, sometimes it's rune essences, sometimes it's the upgrade potions. Now rune essences, I feel like it's much more worth it because you are able to, I feel like compared to the upgrade potions, these are priced much more reasonably. So I would buy this compared to the upgrade potions. Every time the upgrade potions are there, most of the time I'll be skipping them unless I have like plenty of dust available. Okay, so with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Alright, so as always, if you have anything to add, feel free to let me know. Leave your comments below. Subscribe for more Brave 9 content. Turn on the notifications. And yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.
Nobody cares about me. Walk down the street like I'm not in there. It's the way it's always been.